7th grade, and of course South Carolinians don't particularly care about Texas.
Why, I don't know, but
I don't know. This is God's country, so they might not adopt it, for goodness sake. But it's cumulative,
Mhm.
and we're not intended to be a replacement to other things. We're just a very powerful kind of supplement in the classroom, and teachers use it to help make that connection. Once the concepts are understood and you can build on that structural knowledge, then it's easier to teach, honestly. I think we've really helped teachers succeed with their kids, and test scores have gone up. We've got tons of anecdotal evidence, testimonials, and the fact that most of our customers that are buying are existing customers is probably the best testimony of all.
And I would assume the viral effect is pretty substantial on this. That one teacher who's really enjoying it tells another teacher, who tells another teacher.
I mean, we help fan that viralness by going to conferences all the time. There's a big middle school, National Middle School Association conference coming up in Houston. We go to probably 50 conferences a year. But we take the champions that are in the classroom, put them in front of their peers at the conferences, and help spread the word through user group sessions. We're trying to figure out, honestly, our biggest challenge is how do we take our sales success in Texas and promote it outside of the state of Texas, where we have, remote account managers who aren't really supported the way we support our account managers here. And we need this, and we're trying to do a better job of supporting our customers. So we're going through the typical growth pains of a company that has a successful model, and trying to perfect it so that eventually we'll be profitable and maybe have either get merged or go public and have an exit strategy for our very patient investors who've been with us for many years.
Yeah, one of my good friends, a mentor of mine for many years, who's also a good friend of your brother, Mike Richards, used to always tell me that relationship is driven by three things. Our business rather is driven by three things: relationship, and relationship. And so one of the things you do have is your family is so close to Houston, so close to Texas. That always helps. I think about a business that I'm involved in that we've been developing, and we're now wanting to go in other states. Where do I start in other states? I mean, that's the perennial question,
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that occasionally the Bush panache or something may have some impact on awareness of our program. I think it has a kind of a double. In fact, I know for a fact it has a double-edged sword. Because we've been challenged in the media, we've kind of quieted down because I think that the media finally understands that our product actually really works. But we've been challenged on all kinds of fronts with allegations of political conflicts, et cetera, et cetera. And so it kind of cuts both ways. And eventually I run into people who are I think a lot of the teaching profession may be on the other side of the aisle. And I have to make it really clear that I'm not a partisan guy. I'm probably the least political of the Bush family members, and all I really care about is helping teachers and helping kids realize their great potential. And honestly, if you look at our sales and ask our account managers, I think a very small percentage of our sales outside of Houston, very few customers actually know that I'm even associated with the company. It hurts my feelings. I kind of want to be associated with the company. But they're out there selling a product that works, not selling the Bush family name. If it was just Bush, fluff, it wouldn't sell. Because if it doesn't work, they're not going to buy it.
Yeah, and it's not a cheap program, and so it better work. I mean, I'm not saying it's an exorbitant price, but it does a lot, and therefore it costs quite a bit to do it. So if it didn't do what it said it can do, it surely wouldn't be selling.
Yeah, I mean, we have two options: a lease option and a purchase option. And just for the audience to understand, we sell our program, including all of the textual materials, the tactile kind of worksheets. We have lesson plans and that kind of thing, plus the cow for $6,500. And for a classroom teacher or for a school to use those kinds of funds, they have to give very serious thought to whether it's serving their needs. I read a book called Cross